Earlier in the course, where we talked about mathematical expressions, I told you that the multiplication and division operators have a higher order or a higher priority than addition and subtraction operators. Remember that? Now we have the same concept when using logical operators. The order goes like this. First we have the not operator, followed by the and operator, and the or operator. And of course, just like before, we can always overwrite or change the order using parentheses. So let's look at a few examples. So I'm going to declare three booleans, A, B, and C. So I'm using abstract names like A, B, C because we don't want to get distracted with a complex real-life scenario, okay? Now let's declare another boolean, result, and set it to B and not A. Let's see how C++ evaluates this expression. So as you can see over here, the not operator has a higher order or a higher priority than the and operator. So first, C++ is going to evaluate the right side of this expression. It's going to apply the not operator to A. So A is true, it's going to become false. Now, because one of the conditions in the and operator is false, the entire expression is going to evaluate to false. So it doesn't matter what we have on the left side. So to verify this, let's print result on the terminal. We get false, okay? So this was one example. Let's look at another example. Now I'm going to change this to A or B and C. Let's see how this expression gets evaluated. Actually, can you pause the video and think about this for a few seconds? Okay, here's the answer. So as you can see, the AND operator has a higher order than the OR operator. So first, this piece of our expression is going to get evaluated. B is false, so is C. So the result of this expression is false. Then the OR operator is going to get evaluated. So on the left side, we have A, which is true. It doesn't matter what we have on the right side. The result of this entire expression is always true. Let's verify it. So run. There you go. Okay. Now, as I told you before, we can always override the order using parentheses. So over here, if we wrap parentheses around A or B, first, this part is going to get evaluated, and then the AND operator is going to get evaluated. Now, here's your exercise. Think of this scenario. In order for an applicant to be eligible for a job, they should be a US citizen, and they should either have a bachelor degree or 2 years of experience. So use what you learned in this lesson to code this requirement. So as a hint, you need 3 variables here. One for the citizenship status of the applicant, another for the number of years of experience, and another one to see if the person has a bachelor degree or not. It's very easy. We should knock it out in a minute. All right, here we need 3 variables. The first one is citizen, which I'm going to set to true. The second one is has bachelor degree, which I'm going to set to false. Again, see how I'm naming these variables? Every variable clearly identifies its purpose. I'm using proper, meaningful names. There are no mysterious or magical names here, okay? Now, we need another variable to store the number of years of experience for the applicant. We can use an int, but short is better because we don't want to store a large number here. So years of experience, I'm going to set it to 3. Now, this particular person is eligible because they are a US citizen. They don't have a bachelor degree, but they have enough work experience. So if we code our Boolean expression properly, we should see true on the terminal. Let's find out. So I'm going to declare another variable called isEligible and set it to isCitizen and has bachelor degree or years of experience greater than or equal to 2. Hold on, it's not visible. Okay, now we can see it. Now, there is a problem here. You learned that the AND operator has a higher priority than the OR operator. So with our current implementation, first, this piece of code is going to get evaluated, which is not what we want because this is saying the person has to be a US citizen and they should always have a bachelor degree. Doesn't matter how many years of experience they have. But our requirement says something else. It says the person has to be a US citizen and they should either have a bachelor degree or enough work experience. So we need to wrap this second part in parentheses. So this part gets evaluated separately. Okay? So now let's verify that our implementation is correct by printing is eligible on the terminal. So cout bool alpha is eligible. Take a look. So this person is eligible. Now, what if we change the years of experience to 2? So what I want you to do is always test your program against different values, against different inputs. Don't assume that it's always working. So now let's run our program one more time. 2 years of experience is still applicable. Good. Now, what if the person has only a year of experience? In this case, they are not eligible because we need at least 2 years of experience, right? Now, what if this person has a bachelor degree? They should be eligible, right? So let's run our program. Okay, this person is still eligible. Now, what if the person is not a US citizen? They're not eligible. Now, what if they're not a US citizen, but they have a bachelor degree and let's say 10 years of experience? So see, I'm trying various scenarios to make sure my program always works. So let's run this one more time. They're still not eligible. So if they are not a US citizen, it doesn't matter whether they have a bachelor degree or 100 years of experience. So let's move on to the next lesson.